so you get those markers?
Yeah.
Or tell me where they are not there.
I think they're on the desk.
Front desk and walk on.
Heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Child's face, say it's not a testament, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament, tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Good morning. Welcome to All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Susan Caldwell. I am the Director of Religious Education here. And we thank you for being here on this holiday weekend. I know we're going to probably have a few more drift in, and if you are watching online, we welcome you as well. Thank you so much. If whatever your age, race, sexual orientation, gender identity, nationality, political affiliation, ethnicity, you name it. If you care to worship with us, you are welcome. In this tradition, we take the word worship kind of back to its Old English roots, meaning to consider matters of worth. And in this community, our matters of worth are very different and varied, and that's by design, because we are united not by a particular creed or set of beliefs, but by a covenant, the sacred promises that we make to each other for the way that we will treat each other in community and the way that we will be together. If you had a chance to see the beautiful slides made by Jennifer Russell, then you've seen our announcements. But we do like to front-load the service with just a few of the highlights, and to do that, I'll bring up our board person of the day, Rebecca Tuggle.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so let's see. First off, of course, we have the congregational meeting after service today. We're going to be voting on the new board, and not everybody's being replaced. You'll find out later. But stick around, please, because, of course, we need a quorum. And so as many members as we can get to stay, need to stay, please, so that we can go ahead and take a vote on that. But that will be directly after service today. Then we have the Highland Blessing Dinner, which this Thursday coming up will be the first Thursday of the month, which is our Thursday, technically. And so if you can come out and help at the Highland Center with the Blessing Dinner, that would be wonderful. It's just an hour. You basically get there. They want you to get there by 5, but as long as you get there before 5:30, you're doing good. You're basically hosting people to have a sit-down meal that normally would not get one. And it's a wonderful thing. And we're out of there usually before 7 o'clock. So it's a great chance to help interact and see some people you probably wouldn't normally. Also, of course, we want to celebrate our Volunteer of the Month, Sally Wood, who is our president of our board, all right? And who has definitely helped leading us through a time that probably most of us didn't foresee, but we're here anyway. And so she's doing a great job with that. So thank you, Sally. Give her one more time, because it's the last Sunday we get to do this, okay? And then, of course, our, give away the plate, thank you, is Shreveport Mutual Aid, which is something that I've been involved with from time to time, and we have some representatives here. We're so glad to see you guys. But Mutual Aid, their biggest thing to date is the food share that they do, which is every Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock. They're there from 10 to 12 downtown, right around Common Park. And it's just bring whatever you would like to provide. But they also are doing more in Shreveport as far as bringing attention to mutual aid and what that is. And there's a pamphlet out here in the hallway that you can take a look at if you'd like to know more information. Okay, so thank you very much.
And I just have a couple of things. First of all, I put a picture online in the email that goes out of the crowd at the Highland Dinner this past Thursday. We had 20 full tables. Full. So between the immigrants that are passing through the Highland Center on their way to their families or sponsors or friends, whoever's going to take them in, the people that are staying there, they come and eat with us. And then a lot of the local people are coming back too. Like a lot of the old crowd we're seeing again. So if you've been saying, oh, I really need to get over there, come on. You'll be glad you did. I'm always glad that I went. I'm also going to be passing around a sign-up for the Caddo Commission meeting, which is on June the 8th at 3:30 p.m. They will finally be voting on the funding, the seed funding for the pilot project for the Community Lighthouse, which is a sustainable resilience hub for when the grid goes down for whatever reason, whether it's ice or tornadoes or hurricanes or floods or whatever. We know these things are happening more often, and we know that we need sustainable energy and a way to support. With it comes a volunteer base in the neighborhood that will support the neighbors and whatever needs they have. And so two of them are up and running already in New Orleans, and we're really hoping to get 2 pilot projects up here, one at Morning Star Baptist Church and one at the Highland Center. And so we're asking you, sign up whether you're planning to come or not. Please sign in support. I mean, obviously, if you feel supportive and if you need more information, please talk to me afterward. I'll give you so much information, you'll be sick of it. But sign up. But if you are coming, there's a little box to the right that you can check to say, yes, I will be there in person. And at our meeting this past week, Bennett and I put our heads together, and we decided we promised 50 signatures, and I think we said 16 people in attendance. So, not that there's any pressure. I think that is all I have. So I am going to turn the service over to our Alternatives to Violence Project folks, Kathy Osuch and Susan Yellott and Bob Jordan, and I encourage you to relax, sit back in the pew, and enjoy the service. Yes.
Deeper than DNA, more fundamental than molecules or quarks, at our living core, we are wholeness and transfiguring love. We often forget that power, becoming lonely or resentful, comparing ourselves to others, acting out of our fears rather than our living glory. Occasionally, we rouse from our trance to remember our wholeness. For a time, we embody unsentimental love. We make efforts to wake others and to remain fully present ourselves. Our lives and our time here together are made sacred by our striving. For the next 70 minutes and for the rest of our lives, may we become more aware of the spirit of life evolving through and among us. So may we be. I'm going to have the children's chalice lighting. If I could get a volunteer. We light this chalice
to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together with minds, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other.
Thank you. To face the world's shadows, a chalice of light. To face the world's coldness, a chalice of warmth. To face the world's terrors, a chalice of courage. To face the world's turmoil, a chalice of peace. May its glow fill our spirits, our hearts, and our lives. If you would stand for the unison affirmation, please. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to the end that all souls shall grow. Oh. Thus we covenant with each other. Oh, okay. Okay, it's a Freudian thing or something, I don't know. It's not on this one. Okay, and we're going to, Kathy.
So there's a song response to this? And it goes like this. Bobby, you gonna help sing?
Okay. Let us consistently choose the single goal of peace rather than multiple goals that lead to conflict. Practice forgiveness and to see each other and others as blameless. Let us look lovingly upon the present, for it holds the only knowledge that is forever true. Let us continue to be involved in a process of personal transformation in which we are not only concerned about giving and not about getting. Let us recognize that we are united as one self and illuminate the world with the light of love that shines through us. Let us awaken to the knowledge that the essence of our being is love, and as such, we are the light of the world.
Ava, we're asking a lot of you this morning. Will you come and help me? Point the camera up here. She's our camera person. She's so good.
I told her she needs to apply for a permanent place on the
Salary.
board.
So what you and I are going to do together, and I did do a small one, so it won't take forever. We're going to get all the toothpaste out of this tube. Now, let me ask you a question. Is your family a roll family or a mash it flat family? Or kind of.
We have those little things that where you squirt and they come out.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. So, yeah, one of those little, yeah, I know what you're talking about, those little dispensers. So I'll start, and I'll get a little bit out. We'll kind of just take turns here. Here, you go ahead.
It's got little sparkles.
It does have little sparkles in it. Hey, we go fancy or go home, that's what I say.
Go fancy.
Roll, that's good technique. I came from a rolling family, but married into a mash it flat family, so you know, we make these compromises in life. Let's see if there's any more, just to make sure. I think we've done a pretty good job here, though. You ever kind of squeeze that apart? Yeah, you got to get the top. Yeah. Everybody knows that old trick. Well, you have the fancy ones, though, where you don't need to do the trick, right? Oh, okay. So now, what I'd like you to do, is put it all back in the tube. I mean,
I could eat it.
I love that. Y'all, what's funny? Quick story. I did this with kids. We used to have a family worship service, and I did it. And Reverend Barbara was attending, and she goes, "Well, you could take a tube, and you could." I mean, she was on it. She was solving the problem. That is why she's the minister. But the point is, how easy would this be, really, to put it all back in?
You could just cut the end.
I could cut the end, that's true, and kind of put it in with a spoon or something, yeah. But if I do that, is the tube of toothpaste going to come back to what it was? Will it ever be the same? No. And so what I'd like you to think about with the tube of toothpaste is, well, what do you think I want you to think about? Let me just hear some answers out here.
Don't expend all your energy.
Don't expend all your energy. What a great new frame on this. That is very good. That is very good. Don't expend all your energy. There is something else I'm thinking of, though. What?
If you do throw all your energy out there, just remember you can't take any of it back.
If you throw all your energy out, you can't take any of it back. These are really good. I'm thinking of something just a little bit different.
The past is gone and you can't change it.
The past is gone and you can't change it. And so, what do we want to be mindful of? Okay, letting it go is good, but what do we want to be mindful for before the toothpaste comes out of the tube?
Mindful of our actions and our words.
mindful of our actions and our words, right? Because if we say unkind things, if we need to have a difficult conversation, but we don't kind of center ourselves and take a breath, we need to have those difficult conversations. I'm not saying gloss it over, but there's a way that you can say things to another person and not be hurtful, that you can express whatever hard thing you need to say, but to do it in a way that's not hurtful, right? And so today, our friends from the Alternatives to Violence Project are going to talk to the group a little bit about how to do that, how to take that breath and deal with conflict in a way that is not violent. So be mindful of your words, be mindful of your energy, because that is really good too. And thank you, Ava, for helping, and thank you, everybody, for listening and participating. Go now in peace, go now in peace. Yeah. May the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Come into the circle of love and justice. Come into the community of mercy and holiness and health. Come and you shall know peace and joy. Come into this place of peace and let its silence heal your spirits. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power and let its vision change your heart.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us. Just remember, it's like I've been sleeping weak as I can be, but my sin, it's better. I can see through the tears. I've been realizing that I bought this ticket, and I've been watching only half of the show. Oh, but there is scenery and lights and the cast of thousands who all know what I know, and it's good that it's so. It's in every one of us to be wild. Find your heart, open up, open up, open up. We can everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's in every one of us, by
Good morning. I'm Kathy Osuch, and we're here to tell you some more about Alternatives to Violence project. There's some information that'll come around with the clipboard to tell you more about it, but it's a conflict management skills training program, okay? Many people think, well, I don't need AVP, I don't need help like this because I'm not a violent person, but what I learned personally is not speaking up, silence, giving somebody the silent treatment is also a way of violence. It's violence to the relationship because problems don't get addressed and there's no resolution. So think of AVP more as conflict resolution skills. On your handout or your program, there's a mandala. It looks like this, okay? And AVP talks about if you put these things together, if you put expecting the best, think before reacting, ask for a nonviolent solution together with respect for yourself and caring for others, you will have the power to transform a violent situation into a win-win situation that doesn't involve conflict. We're going to do an exercise that's part of one of the AVP workshops, and it's called the affirmation exercise. And we usually go over trust builders before we do exercises. And the trust builders are asking everyone to look for and affirm each other's good points. Refrain from put-downs, yourself and others. Listen, don't interrupt, take turns speaking. Observe confidentiality, and everyone has the right to pass. Okay, now what we're going to do to affirm is to recognize and give strength to. When we recognize the goodness of the human spirit in all of us, we strengthen our confidence in that spirit. In this exercise, we'll bring out and recognize and affirm the positive qualities in ourselves with support of others in the group. I'm going to divide you into pairs, or you're going to choose somebody nearby and pair up. And then for 2 minutes, each person is going to talk. Like if I'm speaking, we want you to say what you like about yourself. It needs to be positive. You can't say, I'm a good cook, but I can't make gravy. Okay. You can say, I'm a good cook, period. But no put downs. Okay. If you've run out of things to say, be quiet. Don't chit chat. And then after the 2 minutes, the other person will speak. After you've both spoken, then we will ask you, well, the camera's not on you, to introduce your partner to the group. Just the things you've learned about them during this brief conversation. The only rule, again, is that you may not say anything negative or bad about yourself. The listener should listen intently without talking for the whole 2 minutes. If speakers say anything negative, you can stop them to remind them to keep positive. If the speaker runs out of ideas, both parties should remain silent unless the speaker has some additional ideas. No chatting. Are there any questions? Okay. All right, let me see. Okay, when I need my timer. Okay, pair up into twos. Find a partner. I haven't counted heads to see if we have an even number. Okay. I'll give the signal when everybody's settled. Mike, there's a person who doesn't have a partner down here. Oh, you're going to pass? Okay. All right, that's okay. You can stay there. What? We're just waiting for everybody to get paired up. Okay? Okay, decide who's gonna decide. Wait, stop, hold a second. Just hold on a second, stop. Whew. Okay, decide who's gonna speak first. You already started, well. Okay. Okay, now start. Okay, stop. Okay, switch partners or switch talkers. Now the talker's the listener and the listener's the talker. All right, start. Stop. Okay. Now, the next part. Is the microphone on? Okay, is that working? Okay, good. All right. Now I'm going to ask Bob to introduce Gail.
Okay, well, Gail is committed to her music, has a strong commitment to her music, and she has a strong commitment to her children and grandchildren. And she is very generous with towards all people, not just people immediately around her, but people of the world, and gives money to help them. And she is, let's see, I think I've run out there.
Okay, you're not going to remember everything they said.
And that's the thing, because I had to go over to get this sheet of paper to give me some trigger words, and I should have brought it with me, so that's ridiculous. Bob is also a committed musician, has been for a long time. He is a lover of languages. He knows 3 of them coldly, whatever. You know how to speak those languages, Bob. He's demurring from me. Okay, he loves animals. Can't read my own writing. He is loyal. I mean, I know that for a fact because of his long commitment to his significant other and his acceptance of her, even though they are, different. Different, that's all I'll say. I can't remember. I wish I could read my own writing.
Okay.
All right, David, I know him by name, but David grew up in Shreveport for a little while, and then his father in the oil industry dragged him around the country and showed him most of America and I guess other countries maybe. He was very interested in photography and other forms of communication technology, but he had a disability, so he could not learn to read professionally, you know, as a part of his career. But he became an expert photographer and then continued into the media industry as a camera operator, and which meant that he got to see many of our historic people, such as the presidents and the top Congress people, and he also traveled around the world. I happen to know outside of this conversation that he saw like Imelda Marcos and all these people, and found out what it was like to actually be entertained by them. Yeah. And eventually, you know, it's a career. It has a beginning and an end, and now he's retired, as much as I am.
Well, what I've learned about my companion here, John, that he grew up on the West Coast. He loves his science and the fact that he is a very analytical person, went into computer science. Well, at that time was quite profitable, still is, I assume. But it's just that, like we all do, we got old, we got tired, we did a lot of projects, and now we're like, it's not such a big deal anymore. And just like everyone else, he found the love of his life, moved to Shreveport, and now he tries to go back to Oregon as soon as he can every couple of months.
Okay, I would like to introduce Joy, and she has had quite a career and is actually retired 3 times. And she is an ordained minister in the Unitarian Church, Unity Church, and is a very spiritual person. And she had a long career as an educator and dean of some colleges, and has long, extensive educational history that she's proud of. The most important thing to her is that she's a very organized person and has lots of to-do lists, most of which she gets done. And she is a very health-conscious person. She goes to the gym 5 times a week. She is a vegan, and she used to run 5 miles a day at a time. So she has had a long career and is a very positive person, and she is someone I'd like to get to know better.
This is Gail. Gail is a licensed professional counselor, been one for 23 years, and she loves empowering other people. She's a good listener, she's a good leader, she's a lot of degrees because in her area of psychology, and she's a good friend. And one thing that I enjoyed talking with her about is that she doesn't act her age. We talked about that a little bit. And she's a problem solver, a very organized person, and I enjoyed talking with her.
I'll introduce Susan. She is an awesome person after I listened to her. I knew that before, however. She is someone who is a very good caretaker of her family and of her animals and of the people around her and in the broader world. She has now the time, and she loves having the time to do more of that in her life. And she is someone who would be one of your best friends because she is so open and open-minded and always looking for something new.
So this is Sally, and she is very energetic and intelligent. She enjoys her music. I can tell that she's done that for a long time. And she's very proud of her family, her extended family, and that she likes to take care of them. And she's very organized and just a really great lady. So I'd like to get to know her more.
All right, so this is John. And of course, I've had the benefit of knowing John for over 30 years now. So, but you know, this is interesting because you get to know things that you didn't know, although I knew a lot of this. He's a very generous and kind person. John is very loyal to a fault. He is also very interested and very into poetry, the arts, music, most especially, even though he does not play anything. We share that in common. That's how we met, actually. We were in radio together. He is very interested in self-improvement and is constantly working on that.
This is Rebecca. For those of you who are not aware, she's probably the most passionate person in this building. She's very passionate, and that has always been to my benefit. As she said, we've been together for 30 years, and she is one of the most honest and kind and generous individuals I've ever had the privilege of knowing. That's probably why I've worked really hard to stay in her good graces for 30 years. We both share a love of reading, which is something that has benefited us both over the years, but it is her passion for the underserved, the marginalized, those who are unseen, that helps inspire me every day to get up and go to work and deal with the world. And so she is the reason I live.
Thank you. This is Jesse, and he is incredibly friendly and kind, and prides himself on being open-minded and receptive to new things. He has a wide variety of taste in music and loves his family and his chosen family very much.
Hi, this is Daisha. She is incredibly sweet and kind, and she loves how loyal she is to her friends and family. She loves her taste in colors and the arts, and yeah.
Thank you.
This is Ethan. Ethan's a very talented musician and songwriter. Ethan is one of the most passionate people I know. He always strives to do what he thinks is right. He strives to help others around him and those in his community. He's a very brave and very loyal person. I've known him for many years, and I've had the great privilege of being his friend for most of those years. He's one of the most honest, sweetest men you'll ever meet.
Hi, this is Bobby. As he had said before, we've been friends for almost the better part of a decade now, and he is a great friend. He's a local organizer. He's very good at his job. He cares about people very much. He's very passionate, and he's become very successful in what he does. And yeah.
Hello, this is Ernie. And he's been a long-time member of the church and serves on the board here. Ernie had a career at Barksdale and Louisiana Tech. He taught counseling out there for many years and had a great career there. He's got 2 children, and similar to a lot of us all here, we love nature and animals, and he's kind of an introspective person, but he likes to serve the community here at the church, so we're glad to have you here today. Thank you.
This is Mike, and he's been a member here 20-something years, and he's retired from being in upholstery, right? And he is a nature lover, and he's done some nice projects here for the church, and the most recent is with our post office, our box out there on the street, so they're trying to keep it up. So he's very caring and likable guy.
This is Susan, and Susan she's retired but loves to give back and volunteers with the animal rescue. Particularly love of animals is her passion. She currently has 5 kittens that she's fostering, if anyone wants one. And she really loves the fact that she's tolerant, non-judgmental, she's kind. She loves being a good neighbor, and she not only loves her kids, but she likes her kids. And she has a daughter named Sarah. So, and she really loves the fact that she likes giving back, and again, particularly with animals, and we love that.
This is Sarah. Sarah prefers being wise to right. She reads, she enjoys learning and keeps at it. It feels responsible for that. She values in herself her capacity. She respects her ability. She is happy to share what she knows with people that can profit from that. I'm glad she's here.
Did anyone have any comments about, do you want to do it?
So this is Tina, and Tina likes pretty much everything about herself, which is a wonderful thing. She is a gardener. She loves to be outside. She is dedicated. She is dedicated to the things that are important to her. She loves her family, and differences and commonalities she appreciates. And she is, and I know this from extraneous, but she's a brave, brave woman because she's taken on organizing my office. So, and she's always learning, like in helping with the tech stuff and in everything. She appreciates learning, and she's a pretty cool person, and I'm glad she's here.
So this is Susan, and of course she added things of her own, but that's okay because she also enjoys learning, and of course she's a musician, and she's our religious education director, and she thinks she's pretty good at her job. We think she's awesome at her job, so that's my opinion. She's a mother, and she was an only child, and she appreciates what her parents gave her in terms of her curiosity and her zest for life and interest in lifelong learning. She loves animals too. So many of the things that I heard people say throughout are things that also apply to Susan, but I won't belabor them right here.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Yes?
That really made me feel good to hear someone else see the good in me.
Yes, yes, yes. Anyone else want to share some thoughts about this exercise? Yes, we all know each other a little bit more, yeah. Why is feeling positive about ourselves important in when we deal with others?
We can feel heard.
Okay, yeah.
It's very hard to extend kindness if you don't feel it in yourself.
Yes, definitely. It's very hard to feel kindness if you don't feel it in yourself, for yourself. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, thank you. I'm going to pass around a sign-in sheet. There's a flyer here with some more information about AVP, and if you're interested in maybe attending a workshop sometime in the foreseeable future, please let us know. Because this would be one of the exercises we would be doing. Okay, with that, I'll turn it over to Bob and Susan.
We're going to do what's called a brainstorm. And is it off now? I think it is off. Okay. So you've probably done brainstorms at some time in your life, but we try to keep in mind that the brainstorms are most productive if people don't make any judgments about their own thoughts that come or about other people's thoughts that come. You don't want to argue with anyone in a brainstorm. If you have a thought that is different from another person's thought, you can offer your thought, but don't argue with the other person. Okay, that means what that does is it produces more ideas if nobody feels judged. And we like to compare a brainstorm to popcorn popping. And at first, you know, when the popcorn heats up, you get a lot of pops, and there's kind of a deluge of pops, and then after a while, the pops kind of trail off, and that's when we feel like the brainstorm is ready to end. So, what we're going to do today is to brainstorm what is violence and what is nonviolence. And we'll start with what is violence. And anybody can speak at any time, and any thought that you have about what is violence, we'll write it up on the board. John.
Violence is the exercising of power against others to cause harm or damage or to gain more power.
So it's an attempt to gain more power?
And or to cause harm or damage.
Or to cause harm or damage. Okay, Susan is the scribe for this. Okay, Sally.
Using your words to inflict harm on others.
Using words to inflict harm. Harmful words. Harmful words, okay? Keep the popcorn popping.
Physical violence.
Physical violence.
Coercion, forcing someone to do something they don't want to do.
Okay, coercion, coercing people, coercion. I think that S should be an O above it there. Change that S to an O.
Coercion?
Yeah.
Hey, I taught first grade.
Okay. I don't want to criticize anybody, but anybody? Yes, Ernie. I'm sorry?
It can be intentional or unintentional.
Intentional or unintentional harm?
Intentional or unintentional.
Okay, intentional or unintentional.
Stonewalling.
Stonewalling? Susan? Humiliation.
Poverty.
Poverty. Good one. Intimidation.
Oh, we got that. Yeah.
Taking resources.
How about hunger?
Yeah.
Keep them coming. Okay, maybe the popcorn is about...
Racism.
Oh, racism. Racism is a good one. Invective? Anyism. Anyism.
Treating others less than.
Yeah.
How about imposing your politics or your religion on others? I'm sorry? Lack of empathy. Microaggressions. Gaslighting. I don't think it... Is that lying?
Gaslighting, you try to convince somebody else that they're crazy.
That you're correct.
And you're basically doing everything to set that situation up.
Uh-huh, okay. Good. All right. Now, let's go over here to nonviolence. What is, did you write all of them?
Writing another one.
Child abuse, yes. Okay. So, what are some things that you put up under here under nonviolence? Respect. Loving. Empathy. Can you see that green?
Not well.
You might use another color. That doesn't seem to work very well.
Acceptance better, honestly, than tolerance.
Acceptance. I think I heard another one.
Well, we said tolerance, but I like the acceptance better than tolerance. To me, tolerance means that you're in a position of power and the person you're tolerating is not. I've never liked the word tolerance.
So what word?
Well, she said tolerance, but she doesn't like the word tolerance.
You changed it to acceptance. You already have it.
Acceptance.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay. Love. Okay. Any others under the nonviolence?
Listening.
Listening, yeah, that was our next.
What is it?
Listening.
Listening.
Honesty and honesty.
I'd say showing that you understand when you're listening.
Reaching out.
Reaching out. Generosity.
I don't know how to contain it, but clearly, nonviolence is an active thing. I mean, you can sit in the back of the room and think all the most positive thoughts in the world, but that's not nonviolence. You have to do something.
Okay.
Action.
Action.
Loving action.
Yeah.
Not just action.
Yeah.
Loving actions. Okay. Unfortunately, my hearing is not too good, so I'm straining to hear. But you know, keep with me, and if you think of something else, keep going. Caring. Understanding.
Or trying to.
Non-judgment, yeah.
Non-judgment. Boy, we've got a lot of them. You guys are good.
Being open.
Openness. Collaboration, okay, great. Did we? Affirmation, did we put that one? I guess no, affirmation. Okay. Not reacting?
To your first.
Don't react to your first impulses. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one.
I was just restating his as thinking first.
Think before reacting? What is it? Patience. Okay. Okay, maybe the popcorn is slowed down. So the next step here is to see if you can connect anything here. What is violence and what is nonviolence? They seem to be related. So we can draw lines from what's on here to what's over here.
Physical violence to listening.
Physical violence and
Listening.
and listening. Where is physical violence? That's
Fourth one down.
okay.
Empathy and lack of empathy.
Empathy and lack of empathy. Here's empathy
Are they right? Okay.
and lack of empathy. Where is lack of empathy? Oh, yes.
Imposing your views on others and openness.
Okay, openness and imposing your ideas on others. Here's imposing and openness.
Or tolerance.
Okay, and tolerance too. Okay. Any others? I'd say humiliation and affirmation are connected, opposites. Affirmation and humiliation. I like mess, you know, this is.
Protecting and would go with poverty and hunger.
Protecting and poverty and hunger. Where is poverty? There it is, okay. Any others? I'm sorry?
Honesty and lying.
Honesty and lying.
Honesty and lying.
Lying, gaslighting.
Yeah, gaslighting.
Lying,
And there's lying.
honesty.
Yeah, protecting and child abuse.
Projecting?
Protecting and child abuse.
And protecting and child abuse, okay. Okay.
There was another one that I did not draw a line on.
Okay.
Hurtful words and empathy.
I'd say hurtful words and empathy, that's one. And I think also thinking and not reacting without thought goes to where would that go to? Lying,
Yeah, words.
words. Okay. One more. Okay.
Sharing resources with
poverty.
Okay, sharing resources versus poverty.
Oh, and taking
Okay.
resources.
So, any thoughts about this exercise? It's good. It's good. Enlightening. Okay, good.
You can see a lot of these are not actually doing something to somebody physically. It's a lot of violence is words and deeds other than actually hitting folks.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, well, thank you.
Oh, yeah, Bob. Bob really likes this song.
This happens to be a song that Fannie Lou Hamer started singing when people were being thrown into jail in Selma. Fannie Lou Hamer was quite a powerful woman. And I think the basic words are huh? Oh. The basic words are in your program, but I've noticed there was something missing, and that is at the end of some verses we sing the chorus, which is hold on, keep your hands on that plow, hold on. Got my hands on the gospel plow, wouldn't take nothing for the journey now. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on. Paul and Silas bound in jail, had no money for to go their bail. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on. Paul and Silas began to shout, jail doors open, they walked out. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on. Mary had 3 links of chain, every link was Jesus' name. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on. When I get to heaven, gonna sing and shout, no one there is gonna keep me out. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on that plow, hold on. When you lose your pick, you have to improvise.
Okay, thank you, everybody, for coming. The service is ended. Go in peace. And stay for the congregational meeting.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Hear me talking to you. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Until the killing of black men, black mother sons is as important as the killing of white men, white mother sons. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Sing it with me if you like it. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. The older I get, the better I know that the secret of my going on is when the reins are in the hands of the young who dare to run against the storm. 'Cause to me, young people come first. They have the courage where we fail. And if I can but shed some light, I say, carry us through the gales. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Let me talking to ya. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. And struggling myself don't mean a whole lot. I've come to realize that teaching others to stand up and fight is the only way my struggle survives. I'm a woman who speaks in a voice, and I must be heard. At times I can be quite difficult. How about no man's word? We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Hear me talking to you. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Not needing to clutch for power, not needing the light just to shine on me. I need to be one in the number as we stand against tyranny. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Oh, we who believe in freedom cannot rest until it
Oh, good.